What's up? What's up? This is Kev JB here. It has been a good minute since I have been on this YouTube channel. Not even sure that I would come back to make videos or stream or whatever the case may be on here. But I am back. I'm very happy to be here. It's been over a month since I've shown my face on here, and I've been taking um, quite some time to kind of get myself back on my feet with this channel to even decide whether or not coming back on here was necessary. But I had a conversation with a friend that inspired me to come back to talk to you guys and share some things with you, especially about self sabotage and how it plays a role with me wanting to make the decision to come back. So if you're new here, welcome. If you like what you're seeing here, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are alerted with new videos every time I come on here. If you are a returning subscriber, make sure you hit that like button. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to share something with each of you that you're going to gain something of value. At least I hope that you do. Um, Before I get started, no, we're in the middle of winter here, so even though I am in the South, it's still very much cold over here. So taking the time to get used to everything with the cold weather and whatnot. So you may or may not can hear, but I got my heater going on in the background, so I'm gonna try to keep myself warm for the time being. All right. So without further ado, let's get started with this particular topic about self sabotage and how much it sucks and why it sucks and why I'm going to be the one to explain why self sabotage sucks because it plays a role with me making a return back here. So I have not been in much of a mood lately to make streaming and videos and um, talking to you guys on here, really because I have been nervous about what it is I want to talk about, and I feel like um, I want to share so much, but I share so much from the standpoint of just kind of like my own thoughts and making sure that I being able to connect and relate to people to the point where I had questioned whether or not they had actually mean anything to anybody who is able to be a part of this particular channel to speak to you all and everything, um, and realizing that even though I need to step up my game, the truth of the matter is I'm not entirely comfortable with wanting to be able to speak on a video. Like it's very easy for me to write and blog because that's kind of where my comfort zone is. I've always been somebody who has enjoyed being in the background. I'm somebody I'm somebody who has enjoyed um, constantly um, wanting to have my place in my space. I'm a huge introvert. And so being introverted, it's very easy for me to kind of like stay in my own space, stay in my own little um, area. I've always been that way since the time I was a kid. No, even from when I was a kid growing up, I wasn't necessarily somebody who talked a whole lot, and I always found my way to keep myself busy, stay in my own world, and not necessarily have to worry about what other people are thinking. Even though I have an older sister, but we're so many years apart that I basically grew up like an only child for the most part, and so it was very easy for me to kind of figure out how to keep myself at bay with doing things on my own. Um, and so what made me have to start putting some things into perspective was a conversation that I had with a friend earlier today, who was trying to get me to be back on YouTube, or at least try to just make more videos and see what can be done about wanting to come back, because I said I wasn't coming back. I was thinking about creating another channel um, before doing anything with YouTube again, before doing anything with making videos and whatnot. And so he was basically trying his best to challenge me on, getting back into the habit of making videos, whatever it is that you're deciding to do, get back to the habit of it, improve the quality and improve the video and do whatever it is you want to do, but, still try to keep yourself into the habit of doing things on the platform, on your channel. Get yourself known, get yourself seen, whatever it is that you want to do, just keep yourself going. And so during the conversation, I had to start really questioning why is it that I don't really want to be as present on my channel like I used to be. I always had, for anybody who's been following me on the videos, that I've always been taking the time to share a lot of stuff that I think a lot of people don't think about. I love personal development. I love seeing growth. I love seeing people growing and evolving for themselves, which is why a lot of my topics are not necessarily about viral topics, and not necessarily about the stuff that people constantly are hyping up about. There's stuff that I believe there's things that I believe is much better spent to focus on, and one of that is personal growth, development, building yourself up, being able to see things from multiple perspectives, so that way you are able to determine life for yourself. You want to have viral topics. There's plenty of other people who want to discuss those things, but it's not necessarily important for me. And I had to start recognizing that nowadays those are the things that tend to trend a lot more is viral topics about either celebrities or money and economy or tech, or something that provide a benefit for people. When it comes to personal growth, personal development, elevation, and things like that, a lot of people tend not to care about that so much unless you really want to try to hype it up and spice it up and have to make all these different um edits, and how you want to do your content in order for it to be in order to talk about personal development and growth. So it's part of the reason why I wanted to create another channel. I recognize that much of the stuff that I was associated with, prior to being more focused on this particular platform, weren't necessarily about those things. Not necessarily saying that I don't want to be involved in those things, but for the sake of the channel and the stuff that I want to have geared towards the audience and the growth of this platform, I recognize that the people, or the group that I'm associated with, the groups that I'm associated with, they don't really focus on that. And I thought about trying to create another platform and wondering, when's the perfect time to do it? This year is coming up. Why not do it at that time? And then I was also thinking about, what people are going to say, what people are going to think. Um, there's times in which I've seen people be, doxxed from their own channel, people having their own personal information out there, like all these different what ifs that have happened to other people. Those things could easily happen to me. Do I really want to put myself in a situation where um I could compromise myself in any other way? There's all these different what ifs that came into the equation. And when I really took the time to think about it, this is how self-sabotage starts. When you start thinking about what could happen and things that haven't even happened yet, or even why they could happen. You don't even know why they could happen. But you're so focused on what if this could happen, or you're not at the perfect spot yet. You're thinking about things you want to do, but it doesn't seem like it's enough. You're not good enough quite yet. So you want to try to wait and wait and wait until this perfect time comes along where you can be perfect. And then you can start doing stuff then when you have no idea when that perfect timing is ever going to come, and you're just sitting in limbo and you're procrastinating, and everything that you're doing suffers and decline because you're not being able to put yourself out there for the world to see, or for the stuff that you want to express in your mind, or the creativity that needs to be out there. There's so many things that go on in the mindset of someone that puts them in a state of self-sabotage, and it's all rooted in fear. What if this isn't good enough? What if I'm not good enough? Everybody else has somebody, um that they're attracting other people, to their platform with what it is they're saying, what it is they're doing. Why am I not getting that? Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I need to do that. And what you're ultimately doing, especially if you're somebody like me who is very mind oriented to the point where you can put yourself in um, this kind of state of flux, or this kind of state of just standing still and just hoping and wondering what could happen, that you're not moving. You can actually do yourself a lot of harm by just standing still instead of figuring out, what is it that you can do for the time being. So I took some time to really listen, and really take into consideration, what is it that I can do now that could be a better setup for the future. And the best thing that I could do, taking some advice from my friend, was to get started with something, just to start something, to be a little bit more spontaneous. Try to shorten like some of the wait time, because I remember like I would, have a time to set to record, and it would be like these long hours, and in the middle of these long hours, I would start thinking twice about, okay, now, not maybe not this is not a good time. Maybe I could say this for another time. Situations like that, you have to know how to be more spontaneous and just simply do it. Like right now, I set this like a few minutes before I got my before I came over here to speak. That way, it gave me less time to start being reactive about what could happen, and start double thinking, and put in some things, um, put in this video onto the side or whatever, right? Self sabotage sucks because you are always going to put yourself in the position of, what if this doesn't turn out well? What if it's good but not good enough? What if, what if, what if? And it's always done from a state of comparison, and it's never about being present. And that's what I want to really focus in on for anyone who's listening, who is taking the time to deal with their own self sabotage. Stop worrying about the what ifs. Stop worrying about what could go wrong. Stop worrying about what people are thinking, how this could be better, and why you try to give yourself all these different reasons as to why you should wait. What you should be doing instead is being present with where you are right now. Be focused on what you want to do, and then allow that to guide you on what you should do next. Talking with my friend made me recognize that I have spent a lot of time trying to be the idea of something that could be perfect, something that would be finally something better, something that could finally be acceptable and finally can be right in my eyes, that I wasn't really taking the time to do anything but just sit around and wait until this perfect time comes, which I have learned by now it never happens. And this whole time of waiting and just kind of pondering, when could this be the right time, is the very thing that leads to self sabotage. So, if I can encourage anybody in this moment in time, if you're wrestling with something that makes you feel stuck in your own loops of what ifs, or is this the right time, or is this good enough? Be present with what it is that you are experiencing, wanting to experience right now. Even if you have a future goal in mind, you need the present. You need something going on in the moment to get you to where it is that you need to go. And it's part of the reason why I'm coming back to this YouTube channel. And I'm really going to take some time to really focus on being present with the channel, so that way, whatever it is that I want to have for the future, um, I can start building upon it based on what I'm doing right now, and just seeing the growth from there. And I want to encourage that for each of you as well. Be present. Be present with where you are. Be present in anything that makes you feel afraid. Be present in anything that requires you to be inspired and to be courageous, and just go for it. And you will find that in your courage and your willingness to brave through those your own fears, your own insecurities, your own imperfection, that you will start conquering self-sabotage. Be present, and that will be your way to handle self-sabotage. So that way that you won't be stuck in self-sabotage sucks, like how I've been thinking for a long time. And you just simply start taking action. All right. Fortunately, we're heading towards 2024. You need to be taking action anyway. You need to be taking some major opportunities for yourself. And a lot of opportunities that you want to have will never take place if you aren't being present and taking action. So stop your self sabotage if you're facing that. Don't be like me, who would take forever to finally come back into a space where he may be uncertain that this may be the place that he wants to do things now, but at least he's taking the time to figure out along the way what he wants to do, which is I'm referring to myself. So be present. Stop your self sabotage and allow whatever it is that you're feeling in this moment to be your fuel to take you to wherever it is that you want to go. All right. So that's it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. Again, if you are a returning subscriber, please make sure you hit the like button. Um, if you know if somebody could use this particular message of self sabotage, please feel free to share this with someone. I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody who needs it. And if you are new here, please hit the like button, click the notification bell, so that way you are alerted every time there is a new video. And there will be more videos. I am going to be coming back with more things to talk about, and I'm going to just talk about it, and I'm just going to build from there. And whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever don't like it, like it. But we're going to take some time to really build. This is We're heading into 2024. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of open doors that are going to be coming our way, but we can't do that if we aren't taking action and we aren't being present. So stop yourself sabotage like I'm stopping mine. Have a good one. Enjoy yourselves. Later, YouTube land. Until we meet again.